Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cognitive Entrepreneur. Before we get into our subject, I sort of want to discuss the smart pants I'm developing. Man, these smart pants are probably the best product. Now, as you'll remember in previous episodes, I've been talking about the smart pants and how they are really going to be just revolutionizing the world, revolutionizing your legs. The problem is we need that funding. Like now, as an investor myself, I've already put the funding in, but there's been, a few snags, specifically in the manufacturing department. Out in China, they sort of do things a little differently out there, apparently, especially when it's not kind of under the radar of the government regulations out there. I've never seen such a beautiful investment opportunity. You're going to make your money times a million back. That's a promise. They're going to make you maybe $1 trillion. Let's get those investments coming through. Let's get these smart pants just off the ground, much like legs get off the ground when you walk. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about a figure in the entrepreneurial world who has, let's just say, done very well for himself. He is a towering figure, a mythical figure, a breathtaking figure. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos, the inventor of a little company called Amazon.com. I think you might have heard of it. You'd have to be living in some sort of swamp if you hadn't heard of it. I know my listeners don't live in swamps. I don't trust swamp people. Jeff Bezos, wow. He invented Amazon. He does cloud computing. He sells pads. He's slapping Walmart in the face. Wow. He's an Amazon man. I think he could strangle 10 people at once. I think it would be conservative to say Jesus Christ, Buddha, Jeff Bezos. Now, as aspiring entrepreneurs out there, I'm sure you're wondering, where does this man, this titan, where does he get his power? He was born a man. He was born just a man, just a boy. Well, let's figure it out. Does it come from his brain? Biology would certainly say so, but in a lot of ways, biology is built on a house of lies. Mr. Bezos's brain is, it's a gift. It's a gift to the world. But I don't think it accounts for everything because there's a lot of big brains out there in the entrepreneurial world. There's many, many beautiful brains out in Silicon Valley in the entrepreneurial world. I love beautiful brains. There's something else. There's some other ingredient in the pudding that's making Jeff Bezos into this god. Does his power come from the books that he covets? We all know he started as a bookman. Jeff Bezos is a big reader. He's read a lot of books. Does his strength come from that? I don't think so, because honestly, 99% of the books out there are pretty dumb. I honestly think 99% of the books out there make you dumber. So if he did that, he would be actually pretty stupid. So there's something else in the pudding. This is my theory. Look at him. Look at him. Take a hard look. What do you see? What do you see? This man's a power bald. He's a power bald. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've definitely told you in the past that having a thick, luscious hair is crucial to be an entrepreneur. As you've seen by me, I mean, look at this. Look at this. God, look at these locks. That's sort of the brilliance of Jeff Bezos, is that he's turned that on its head, if you know what I mean. This is something I haven't seen before. I mean, look at this. This is a power bald. His head is glistening. I bet he waxes that bad boy up. I bet he goes in and he's lathered. He's making a statement. He's coming in and saying, get ready for this head. Get ready for my head. I'm coming in. Full speed ahead. Full head ahead. This guy's a power bald. This ain't George Costanza coming into the boardroom. This is Jean-Luc Picard. This bald is a bald that says, gimme it all. If I saw that man come into my house, I would say, take whatever you want, because I don't want any trouble, sir. He's a power bald. It's very hard to explain the power bald. It's impossible to describe it, and I won't even bother. It's intrinsical. It's intransical. It's undecipherable. You can't explain it. It's an aura. It's an energy. It's just this force of nature that you see and you're like, oh my God, look at that. Look at this specimen. Yowie. I want to be clear here. Just because you're bald doesn't mean you're a power bald. You've got to earn the power bald. You've got to grow the power bald. Let's be real here. Jeff Bezos, sort of a controversial figure in the last few years because of his treatment of workers in his warehouses. Look, I work in the entrepreneurial world, okay? I know the stories behind these companies. Here's the stories I've heard. I've heard his workers in his warehouses. I've heard it's great. I've heard they move boxes around for maybe an hour a day, and then they just, lay down on these beautiful couches, and they're pampered. They have waiters and maids. It's like a paradise, that it's like heaven on earth working at the Amazon warehouses. I've heard these workers don't want to go home because they love it so much at these warehouses. Yes, I am invested in Amazon stock pretty heavily. That is not a reason I am saying this. I've heard these workers get paid $3 million a year. I am invested in Amazon stock. I've heard these warehouses are essentially like retreats, almost like palaces, where these workers, they're treated like kings. Like they're eating food fit for a god. Yes, I am invested in Amazon. Now, going back to this Powerball thing, I would almost recommend entrepreneurs shaving their head anyway, even if they have hair. I've even thought about it, but I couldn't get rid of these locks. I couldn't get rid of these babies. These babies are too nice. There's no way. These luscious locks. Yabba dabba do. Anyway, I hope that helps you understand why Jeff Bezos is a cognitive titan. It's because he's bald. If you want to learn more about these cognitive gods, check out the Business Money Hacks podcast I have with Dustin Hahn. The link to it is below. Check it out. Subscribe to it. Leave some comments. Give us a ton of money. Invest in smart pants. I hope that helps. Now shave your head and invest in smart pants.